What is up, my mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma. Got a fair bit to say about this one, so if that sounds good to you, let's get into the video.
I found the truth inside myself.
Straight away, this fragrance is from 2019. It's a very modern smelling fragrance, and I guess we're just cutting right into the chase. My favorite part of the fragrance itself is the packaging and presentation. I'll just remove the plastic cellophane from it. Here is the box. Instantly, I love the color scheme. It's like a matte black with gloss black and a little bit of pink as well. It looks fantastic. Even better is when you open up the fragrance itself. One of my favorite bottle designs of all time right here. So on that alone, if you just want it to sit on a shelf and look nice, looks fantastic. This, with the gradient from the clear at the bottom to the black up the top, with the subtle pink accents, it looks fantastic. There is no debating how classy this bottle looks. It's definitely up there with some of the best presentation I've ever seen for a fragrance. Now, what about the scent itself? How does it compare to other men's fragrances around that $130 Australian price point? Now, at Chemist Warehouse, you're paying $130, but elsewhere you're paying closer to $200. If I were you, I would not be buying this from David Jones or Myers or anywhere like that, simply because at $200, this is an absolute travesty. It is a rip-off for that price. But at $130, that's where I start going, okay, I can see how somebody would justify spending that money on this fragrance itself. You may be wondering what it smells like. Well, I'll tell you what it smells like. Paco Rabanne's Invictus. If you already own Invictus and you love this fragrance, you really do not need to buy this one. You can pick up Invictus for about $100 Australian on sale. Save yourself the $30. Don't buy Valentino Uomo Born in Roma. The Invictus is much cheaper and is a better performing fragrance. If that $100 is still too steep for you, Davidoff Run Wild is a great option for you. You can find this for about $55 to $70 Australian, and I would say most people would probably be more comfortable spending that sort of money on a fragrance like this. But what are the positives about Valentino's Born in Roma? What are some nice things I can say about this one? Well, I've got to admit, it definitely is a more refined version of Invictus. What I dislike most about Invictus is how cloying it is. That ambroxan note is so strong, it's overbearing. And for some people, that is ideal, you know, it does last. The positive about Invictus itself is that it performs exceptionally. If you spray it on your skin, you get 12 hours plus performance. If you spray it on your clothes, that fragrance is gonna linger until you wash those clothes a couple of times. Born in Roma is similar. It's a great performative fragrance. With Valentino Born in Roma, you're looking at about 9 hours on your skin, 12 hours on your clothes. It's not as performative as Invictus, but it is a more refined, gentler men's fragrance. It's definitely an elevated Invictus style fragrance. On the tester strip, it does present a little differently than on your skin. Do get a hefty dose of that ambroxan, but it's nowhere near as strong as it is in Invictus or in Run Wild. You get a lot of violet leaf. It's got a subtle metallic quality to this. It kind of smells like minerals, like salt, like salty beach air. Imagine the saltiest beach air possible with a hefty dose of violet leaf, and you've got a relatively good idea of what this one's going to smell like. But in saying that, it is definitely more refined. It's a little restrained in comparison to Invictus. I will say that this is definitely one of the most complimentary fragrances that I've worn. Granted, I've only been wearing it for a few days now, but every time I go outside with this one, somebody comments on how nice I smell. At $130, you'd probably get the same effect wearing Davidoff Run Wild or Paco Rabanne's Invictus. People here in Australia are all about the brand name. Valentino carries a lot of weight here. And if you're telling somebody you're wearing Valentino Born in Roma and you smell fantastic while you're wearing it, then people are going to love that about you. I hate that it's so superficial, but then again, we are talking about fragrances here. For the most part, I would say they are a luxury item. If price is no object to you, $130 is, relatively small potatoes, and you will be getting a boatload of compliments for it. It does smell good. It's not my favorite fragrance of all time. I mean, I don't love the Invictus DNA as it is, but if I was going to wear an Invictus style fragrance, I would opt to wear this one, simply because it's a little more elegant, a little more refined. It's not as in your face with the Ambroxan, and the compliments are just out of this world. So if you're after a fragrance that's going to get you compliments and you're okay spending $130 on it, Born in Roma by Valentino is a great option for you. I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10. That's all I can really give it here, and that's simply because of the presentation and the compliments. I think, for me at least, 7 out of 10 for an Invictus style fragrance is, quite a high number. Anyways, if you've ever smelt this one before, let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. And until the next one, my name is Ozzy Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.